I'm happy to see you all, and I'm actually very excited to see there's a lot of students today. So maybe as faculty learning communities, we can get some good input from the students. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to introduce you to what is a faculty learning community. Then I'll talk to you a little bit about the faculty learning communities here at Kettering. Then I will encourage you to think about making your own faculty learning community. And hopefully, I am going to facilitate the formation of a faculty learning community. So have you heard anything about faculty learning communities? Which I know some of you have. So that's great. So basically, what have you heard about that?
These professors at another university here in the area.
So basically, it's in general. It can be between universities, or it can be all happening within the same university. It's going to be a group of faculty that is going to be somewhere between 8 to 12 members. And what is very important is that it's going to engage in an active, collaborating, year-long program that will enhance teaching and learning. So there's going to be two different types of FLCs. The first one is cohort-based. So this is aimed to improve the teaching and learning of a group of faculty that is very specific. So for example, junior faculty, senior faculty, or faculty that uses technology. So that's one type. The other type is going to be topic-based, which is going to occur when there is a particular topic that faculty is interested on, and then they will all get together and try to solve it, or they will aim to correct whatever that is. So every time, actually, to be honest with you, I was given the task as a Kettle Fellow to lead some faculty learning communities. So the first time I heard this, instead of listening to faculty learning communities, I heard faculty learning committees. And like the first thing that went to my brain is meetings. So if you are one of those people that love being with people and love being in meetings, that's probably you. But if any of you know me, this was the first thing that came to my brain. So, so it's just meeting and then just like talking without anything happening. Now, I also found one that is really dear to my heart, which is the pointless of our meeting has skyrocketed today, which I also have an expansion on this, and I want to make my own meme that says the number of people using cell phones is directly proportional to how pointless the meeting is. So that's going to be my next meme. But of course, I was going around the internet trying to find some funny things, and I could not pass this out. Boring this meeting is. Sneak out you must. I could not let that pass. So this is really the first thing that came to my mind. So, but again, as a scientist, I said, okay, I have to learn about this. I cannot just make a judgment based on the fact that I don't like committees and meetings. So I started doing a little bit more research about what is an FLC. So there's been actually a lot of literature out there. This is the best summary. It's a very good review about faculty learning committees. At the end, I have a bunch of references for you in case you're interested. But there was a study done across various universities, Ivy League, small universities, universities with PhD, universities without PhD. And they basically study what faculty learning communities did to that group of people. So again, to make a long story short, because this took a couple of years, this study, so what they found is, and again, I am having a very brief summary. There's a bunch of other things that they actually study. So they did notice, if you look at this, the scale that they use is that if they saw any benefit, if they didn't see any benefit, it would be a 1. 2 is small benefit, 3 moderate, 4 substantial, and 5 is very substantial. So they, for example, they look at the interest in teaching process. So they wanted to see how the attitude of professors changed. So you can see that it was significant, right? The professors became a lot more interested on that. So one that is very relevant to all of us is here. So the total effectiveness as a teacher. So they also a big change on how they taught their classes. So then I'm like, well, okay, maybe I should give this a chance. So what I want you to do is to write down the 5 words that encompass the worst committees you've been at or part of, which I'm pretty sure you all have that experience. And please, students, come along with that too, and then write down. Okay, so Lewa, can you give me one word for that?
One word is hard.
Well, I mean, one of the
How
ones
about
you.
long meetings?
Long meetings. Yeah.
Disorganized.
Disorganized. One more.
Stagnant.
Stagnant. Okay, good. So now what I want you to do is write down the opposite. What would you want instead in a meeting? And all of you that are students here, see, I don't only make my students do this. The faculty has to do this too. So, okay, so hopefully you have some of the words that you wrote in your second summary is there. But so really, this is what faculty learning communities are aimed to do. They are supposed to empower faculty. Every time you meet, it's supposed to be productive, supposed to be engaging. There's a diverse group of people, and everybody respects each other. So every time that people say something, people is going to listen to it, and then people is going to respect each other, support each other. So it's really a very good feeling what you get when you are in a faculty learning community. So again, in a summary, the faculty learning communities are going to aim to solve or improve very specific needs of faculty. And again, more importantly, and this is, I believe, the reason why they are so successful, they are 100% voluntary. You're not going to be pushed to be in a committee. You are there because you want to be there. Then it's going to be very productive and is empowering. So those, again, are the items that I found that were very different from being in a faculty learning community compared to just a normal committee or some kind of meetings. So now, what examples of faculty learning communities we have had here at Kettering? So a couple of years ago, the QuadPod, which is basically a consortium of 4 universities, Mott Community College, Kettering University, U of M Flint, and Baker College, they organized the first faculty learning community that involved all these universities. So they had a call for participants, and then basically we all got together. And from Kettering University, we had about 8 faculty that participate in this process. And we formed 4 different faculty learning communities. The first one, the topic that was in common is the retention of knowledge. So all the faculty that were in that group, we were very interested on making sure that our students were able to retain the knowledge that they learn when they go to other classes. And as you can see, I was part of that. Michelle was part of that. And then a couple of other faculty here, Teresa Atkinson from Kettering. Then the use of technology, that was another group. Professor Wang was part of that group, and Professor O'Dooley. So he also was part of this group. Then there were so many people interested on studying or trying to improve student engagement that we had to split that group into 2 different groups. So you can see Dr. Ryan was one of them. And then down here, I apologize, I can never pronounce his name, Goreshki and Laura Merbet were the faculty from Kettering that were in that second group. So again, we all met at least once every month. We discuss what our challenges were, but more importantly, we always discuss what ways you can improve those challenges. And then again, it was very respectful. We share a lot of ideas. And again, a lot of good things came out of it. But in particular, I'm going to tell you about 3 important outcomes from this. And we went to the Enhanced-Based Teaching and Learning Conference, which occurred in Traverse City. And Goreski and Professor Goreski and Professor Merbet presented what they found in their own faculty learning community. And also, I went and present the benefits of this in this conference. So again, if you ever want to know all the things I learned from there, I'm more than happy to share that with you another time. OK, so the good news is that the FLC continues. And these are supposed to be dots down, not up, but whatever. So there was another call to make more faculty learning communities for the year of 2016 to 2017. And then also just very general, I'm going to tell you about the revised classes I did. Again, I'm only going to give you the titles of my classes that I revised thanks to the faculty learning community, which is the Organic Chemistry 2, Survey of Organic Chemistry, and the Organic Chemistry Laboratory. So I revised all these classes. And I've been getting pretty interesting and encouraging results. Number one thing I'm aiming to change is the attitude of students towards the class. So, but again, what I really want to do, however, is not so much, I don't want to tell you about what I did. What I want to do is I want to encourage you to come up with your own faculty learning communities. So the first thing I want you to write down is 3 challenges that you encounter in your class, in your research, or in your work-life balance. And those, please write them in separate post-its. So 1 challenge per post-it. So now what I want you to do is form groups of 3. Now, please go with somebody that you do not know. So, yeah, those of you that have been my students, you know I'm going to force you to move, whether you want or not, so you might as well just do it. OK, so then now what I need you to do is share 2 lies and 1 truth about yourselves. And then the other people have to find out which one is the truth and which ones are the lies. OK, so if you figure out which one is the truth, then you can go ahead and now share your challenges with the other people. OK, now what I want you to do is grab your Post-its and put them on yourselves. You can put them on your arms, here, your face, it doesn't matter. And identify, we are less people, thank you. So identify 4 people that have a common interest with you. Yes. Yeah, see, now you know how our students feel, now that you went, oh, I have to stand up and do things, you mean? So, OK, I want to see everybody walking around Okay, what I want you to do now is find your common interest and then plan to meet for lunch or coffee or something else if you want sometime in about a month. Okay, so exchange contact information and so on. Thank you everyone for playing ball today. So I hope you got a good idea of how we all have challenges and we are very eager to try to solve our challenges, and we are not the only ones that are going through those issues. So I have to cut this short because I have to go teach at 1:20. So I'm pretty sure you're very sad about me leaving early. So, well, thank you all for being here, and I hope this was useful.